Hello, 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 Facebook. So I literally just got finished going live talking about faulty foundations. But tonight, what I intended to go live about in preparation for this week's training on copyright this, trademark that, where I'm going to be laying the foundation on copyright law, trademark, and teaching you, training you to spot what you can copyright and what you can trademark. So if you see glitches, I don't know what's going on with Facebook and the internet, but hopefully it is clear. And so if you are like, you know what, you're a Kingdom CEO and blood bought believer, God calls you to business, and you're like, you know what, I actually need to know how to protect the God creative ideas and brand. And go ahead and register for our training this Thursday. Copyright this, trademark that at onedangerousceo.com/events. So tonight I want to talk to you and I want to share with you three trademark mistakes. Whether you hire a trademark attorney like myself to file your trademark for you, because I'm a trademark and business attorney. I'm Shayla Jackson. I'm also the Purpose Police, here to serve and protect Kingdom CEOs so that you are armed and legally dangerous to protect the business God has assigned to you. But I also am a trademark and business attorney. I have my own law firm called Legacy Legal and Consulting Firm, where I actually practice trademark law, file trademarks on behalf of my clients. And so one of the things about trademarks, mistakes, whether you hire an attorney like myself or you try to do it yourself, first and foremost, let me give you the lowdown, okay? Before you ever get to an attorney, you either have a trademark or you don't. Before you ever reach a trademark attorney like myself, you either have a trademark or you don't. See, this is one of the things that, and you can say mistake, is when you don't understand trademarks, you think that registration is what creates a trademark, but it's not. And so when you're in the creative process and the branding process, you're either going to come out with a trademark or you're going to come out with a brand that you can never protect. And for some of you, you may come out of the process with a brand that's infringing on someone else's trademark and you about to find out whether it's immediately or for some people, they found out 7, 10 years down the line that they branded a product, a service, they branded something in their business and it was already taken. So, what are some mistakes when it comes to trademarks? One is not understanding that not everything in your business is a trademark. Not everything in your business is a trademark. Not every brand is a trademark. What do I mean by that? Trademarks have legal requirements in order for it to function as a trademark. Meaning, if it doesn't meet these requirements, it is not protected as a trademark. So, what is a trademark? What are the requirements? Well, first and foremost, it has to be a distinctive mark, meaning it has to be distinct enough to stand out in the marketplace, that there is no confusion about this mark and something else. The second is it has to be on or associated with a product or service. You can't have a trademark and it's not connected to a product or service. Trademarks are about commerce, business, baby. The next requirement is that it has to be in use. I hope you hear me. It has to be in use. See, when you don't understand the use requirement, you'll get out here and you'll be sharing your brand that God gave you. You'll start sharing your ideas for your business, and you don't realize that the enemy in the form of a frenemy, the enemy in the form of a family member, the enemy in the form of the public can swoop on in and steal it legally. Why? Because it ain't in use. Trademark protection don't apply. You got to be using it in business. You got to be using it. Now, the way you can protect that is if you file a trademark application before you start using it in business. That's how you lock in and reserve your rights. But that's one of the mistakes that people make in when it comes to trademarks is they don't understand what qualifies as a trademark. The second mistake you can make with trademarks is that you choose a name that is not distinctive. Some of you are choosing weak names, weak marks. You thought it was creative. Oh, you came up with the idea, or your brand designer came up with the idea, but it's not strong enough to be a trademark. It's not distinct enough. And so under trademark law, there's something called a spectrum of distinctiveness, meaning there's like a spectrum. Marks that fall on the farther scale of the spectrum are considered weak marks, meaning no trademark protection applies. Just now. So if you go to register your own trademark and it's a weak mark, trademark office is going to deny your application. You just wasted all your money, baby. But marks that are on the stronger side are marks that have more protection under trademark law because trademarks exist before registration. You got to have a trademark before the USPTO even approves your application. So, what are strong marks? Because this is the mistake you make. Strong marks are marks that the strongest are marks that are fanciful or arbitrary, meaning they are either made up words. They ain't got. We don't know this word from Adam. Okay, we ain't never heard this. Or it's a word that we do know, but it's associated with a product or service that ain't got no connection to it. What I'm talking about? I'm talking about marks like Xerox. We didn't know what the heck a Xerox was before it came out, but now we do. Marks like Apple. Apple a fruit ain't, but now we know it's associated with laptops, computers. I'm on my iPad right now. That's what I mean by strong marks. Either existing words that have nothing to do with the product or service, or made up words. We ain't never heard this. We ain't never heard this before. Those are stronger marks, meaning whether you register or not, because there's something called common law trademark rights, meaning just at law, you have trademark protection. Your mark is protected. Okay? And then in the middle, it's called suggestive marks. These are marks that suggest a quality or feature of the product or service. Jaguar is an example. We know that jaguars are an animal. They're pretty fast, but we also know it's a car. So it suggests that this car is fast. Those are marks that are more eligible to be strong, more protected under trademark law. So if your mark ain't that, chances are you are branding in your business, your product or service, you're branding your business in a way that you cannot protect it under trademark law. And here's why it's important. Because if you have a cookie cutter name, there's no difference or distinction between you and the next person. How do customers and clients know to find you? How do they know not to mix you up with somebody else? That means the wealth that God has assigned for you can possibly redirect it to somebody else because you can't protect your brand. When you don't have trademark protection, you can't stop nobody from using it. So that was mistake number 2. Mistake number 3. Y'all, if y'all haven't gotten into the class yet, 'cause I'm sure there's a difference between information and knowledge, knowing how to apply it, knowing how to properly understand this. And that's what we're going to be focused on in our training on Thursday is how to apply this knowledge of copyright and trademark so that you can properly identify whether you can copyright this or trademark that. And so you can register at onedangerousceo.com/events. Events with the S on you. Okay. Third mistake when it comes to trademarks is improper use. I told you that trademark protection doesn't apply unless it's in use. So you got the idea, you got the name, but you ain't using it. It ain't protected yet. You have to properly use it. And so one of the mistakes I've seen is that people think they're using it properly in business, and the reality is it's not properly protected. You're not properly using it. You have to properly use it in business. And the type of trademark that is protected at the federal level is when it's used in interstate commerce, meaning you're doing business across state lines. Now I'll give you a bonus mistake. Because this is where folks like you waste your money when you try to do it this way because you don't understand. The mistake, this bonus mistake is this. You're changing your brand. The mark that you decided on, you're changing it. Trademarks have to be consistently used. Meaning, if you're not locked into your brand, don't you be trying to go file a trademark. You ain't locked in yet. Because once you file or once you start using it, that's when trademark protection applies. But once you start making changes, you can lose your original trademark rights. Don't do that. Don't do that. So those are some mistakes, trademark mistakes, that when it comes to trademarks, you want to avoid those mistakes. And if you're like, I really am not sure how to identify a trademark. And I really probably should know this, especially because many of you, you're always branding your business. You're naming your podcast, you're naming product services, you're naming your conferences. All of that is trademarks. And the last thing you want to do is not understand which part of your branding when you're coming up with names is actually protected as a trademark and which is just a brand that will never be eligible for trademark protection. So again, you can register or copyright this, trademark that at onedangerousceo.com/event. If you found this helpful, like, comment, share. Let me know if this is content that is helpful and beneficial to you so you can actually protect the God intellectual property and ideas that is coming from the mind and the heart of God that is literally designed to bring wealth into your business. All right, y'all, I'm going to finish my walk on the treadmill. And you can see sweating and glistening. I need some water too. But make sure you like, comment, share, and tag some folks that you know they need to hear this. But make sure you get in the training. Grab your seat. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. All right, y'all have a good one.